Welcome back, folks, to Palworld. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today I'm going to show you guys the essentials of building a base, right? What you really want in your first base. Now, before we start, I should be very clear. I'm going to blame it on the other Soopa-Dave, the editing Soopa-Dave, who's a moron. But in 5,000 videos between all of YouTube, I did the unthinkable. I've only done this twice before. I accidentally deleted footage. So, I am going to take you through again. This will be the first time for you guys. And show you guys setting up the essentials of the base. So, one thing I did do is we did get a couple levels and I put them into weight. Outside of that, I don't think you guys, I think anything else. The base levels I will show. But first off, guys, we're going to repair our gear really quick. If you remember, in between episodes, I was going to collect resources, and I did. And actually, my wife helped me, who also plays on the server. So we have a bunch of resources up and ready to go here, guys. So, we don't want this to be a super long episode, so let's go ahead and start, right? If we look at our technology tree, you've seen I have learned a few things. On that top right, on that mission over there, or in your PAL box, we'll go look in the PAL box, because that's where I do it from. It'll tell you what you need to level up, and then once it does, you can do the base upgrade. And every time you level it up, it will get more, you can get more max PALs working at your base, right? So, definitely that's what you're going to focus on right when you get your base. You want to do what it says there. So some of the things that I already placed down that did level up our base, as you can see here, was in our technology tree. So the things that you really want to learn right off the gate, you're going to want to learn your shoddy bed and the straw bed for your pals, right? Because you need a place to sleep through the nights, and so do your pals. Alright, you want to learn your cloth and your feed box. Okay, this will feed your guys. Ranch, we're going to get, because that'll make some of the pals work for resources, and the game has really good descriptions. So if you guys have played this before, you guys are going to be laughing at this. But some people haven't played this before, and they need to know the essentials. A berry plantation, we need food, right? One of the biggest things about your base, especially on a server, is it needs to be self-sufficient, right? If they run out of food and they start starving, that's a big problem. So making sure your berry plantation is producing food for your feed box, that is the most important thing, right? So that's what we're going to start with right now. So let's get a feed box down. We're going to put it in the center, right? We'll put it in the center right here for right now. We can always move this stuff later on. So let's build this. Also, we're going to get our daydream out. He can help us craft. And also, we're going to put a guy in the base here. Let's sort our box by Palpedia. And we should find somebody that can help us craft. Honestly, really, a Kativa. When you're picking guys for your pal base, you want to look at their passive skills. Right now, we don't have much for good ones yet, but Diet Lover, he's going to eat slower, so that's going to help us out. We'll put him out. He's going to... No, he's gonna start mining. Okay, we don't want you. We'll worry about you later then. Who else can help us? We're looking at that handiwork symbol. We just need one that can help us. Alright, so you know what? Alright, Knives. I know you're watching, and I know I seen your comment. You're already liking this, but alright, come out, Lamball. Alright. Alright, well, he's gonna go do that for right now. We should also put, do you see how he's walking really far over there? We need to put down a wooden chest in the center of our base, right? Just for our guys that are gonna be transporting stuff. They won't have to go nearly as far. for that. And my guy's getting hungry, so let's eat some berries that we picked up from the bushes. Let's fill that up. But it's absolutely critical that we get food out for our guys, right? So first things first, we had made a couple beds, and I think before we go too much farther, I always like to plan out building beds at first, so I don't just have to stop and then all of a sudden build a bunch of beds, right? So right back here, this area, ooh, look, another egg. This area back here, not gonna be super usable for us right now. Let's get these guys crafting beds up here. We'll just throw out, um, oh, I walked outside of the base. You see how if you get out of your base, it doesn't say you have any resources? When you're in it, it will use all the resources that you have in your chest. So we're going to pop out these beds so they get somewhere to sleep. And to be honest, I don't want to wreck getting this egg, because getting an egg all the time will be very helpful. So let's throw this egg in the chest. I did get another egg from back there. It was a grass one. So we'll get more into that down the road. I don't want to get you guys all messed up for the time being. So food is our focus, right? Let's get a couple berry plantations down. For now, we're gonna do 3. And you might have to adjust this, but 3 seems to be the good number to start with. And the plantations are the one thing in the game where it actually requires a few guys to work them, right? You got to plant, you have to water, and you have to gather from them. So we need to make sure we have a planting, a gathering guy, and a watering guy out here. So for planting, we really only have these 2 goomoses. Honestly, we'll probably use this one because downtrodden is defense, so we don't ever want him in our fighting stance. We have this goomos for fighting. Yeah, we'll just do that for now. But you can see we're looking for the planting icon. He's the only one that we do have that can plant. Also, we had a raid, I think, at the end of last episode. We may have gotten, or it might have been in the middle of that recording. So we have these 2 guys as well. Actually, let's put a Lovelander out in place of Lamball for right now. I'm sorry, Lamball. I know Knives, you're already raging right now down below. Let's go ahead. We got that. So this guy actually has 2 on transport and handiwork. That's big. All right. And then we need a watering guy. That's going to be Penguin. We don't have any other watering guys. We're going to have to try to grab some more. So one issue with base pals, guys, you guys see this guy can water, he can do handiwork, he can do transporting and cooling. Well, he has a tendency kind of to prioritize everything but the watering, so we want to find a better guy than him at first, but for him it's pretty good. And then for gathering, we have a Nightwing that will only gather. And honestly, that's probably what we need to do, because sometimes it's really handy when they only do one thing, because then they focus on that. Like Gumos is going to only plant. So our weak link in this chain is Pengullet right now. And I'm going to try to get the names right, but I'm going to call him Penguin probably more times than not. So you can see they're already going. They're watering. Let's get our thing out here. Where's Fox Sparks? He works like a torch. Alright. So they're already watering and going to town. What I'm going to do while it's night out here, and you can see he's just waiting to gather, okay? And he's going to sleep now. They're all going to sleep. But he won't do anything. Our Nightwing won't do anything until these are ready to be gathered. So, pretty cool. Also, Lovelander is working through the night. So what I'm going to do is while it's nighttime, I'm going to clear these trees out for our base building stuff here in the morning. So give me 1 second. Also, as we get to morning now, one other thing is you can see all these rocks and trees that we had here. Our pals are gonna try to like clear them out all the time, so finding a good flat surface with not a lot of stuff will be handy because you can see Lovander is just being crazy right now. So we're gonna keep an eye on food, right? I put a couple of berries in here just to get them started. We'll see how they do, but one thing you'll notice is these berries don't give a ton of nutrition. They're gonna get them through, but we want to be able to cook them. That'll help their sanity. And while these guys are working, they actually lose sanity a little bit. And I think we're just gonna put a fire over here where we can cook them. Meaning we're gonna want a guy that has kindling. So in order to do this, we can cook berries ourselves, right? Like if we go in here, we can cook berries just ourselves. But you can see Fox Barks is coming over to do it, right? And also that hill, he's up there, so he's trying to do it from right over there. Not a good idea, Fox Barks. Um, so we should pick out a kindling guy, and I believe the only one we're gonna have is actually Fox Sparks. And this one has Nocturnal, so he'll work through the night. That's a really good one to have going. Alright, that's perfect right there. Let's resort our box out now so we can all see them on one page. There we go. So we're just going to keep an eye on how these guys are doing. You can see it's up to 24. They seem to be a good job. Now, we don't have a lot of stuff to distract this Pangolin right now. But you're going to see he's going to get distracted in the future. I got all the rocks out, so Lovander quit getting distracted on the rocks. So we'll, obviously you guys can tell flatter base would be better. Next things we're going to work on is, right, we got to place down a bed for us. But it has to be built indoors. We don't have we need a foundation with a roof on it. So it's saying build a house, you stupid moron. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to actually build it over here. And it don't need to be real big, guys, okay? Can we keep... Did I do this the right height? Oh, look at that. We are fancy. Can we get a third row in? Or is that going to get... Oh, look at this. We have it perfect, guys. Building in this game, pretty simple. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I think we're going to make this... we'll make it look nice. All right, that's what we're going to do. I don't normally do this. I normally this is what I would normally do, is I would just put a ceiling on here, make it really simple. But we're going to make it look a little nice, so we're going to put a front on it. The problem with putting the front on it is sometimes the pals won't be able to get in. Let's do a door. Oh, nope, that's not the door I wanted. There we go, Dave. Alright, let's open that up so we can go back and forth as we need. And then we're going to do a roof as well. A roof. I noticed a lot when I was editing the first two videos that I had picked up some bad habits from not doing Let's Plays too recently. And I'm going to break them habits, to be quite frank. I noticed I was saying right and a lot of stuff that was probably pretty annoying, actually. So ceilings, when we get to building ceilings here, you're going to see there's going to be some obnoxious stuff we have to do to get the ceiling to build correctly, right? Oh, let's get up here. Now you're going to see the roof part, right? Not going to want to go down here, right? It's not going to clip where we want it. So what we're going to do is trick the game temporarily. And now look, now it'll snap just fine. Oh, it was. Can we, thank you, ish. Let's rotate it. There we go. And then we'll do the same thing here. Game, work with me. The only part that can be frustrating in this game, I love everything, but the building could use some work. Now what we'll do is we'll just take and disassemble these. And look, our roof stayed. So again, we're just going to trick it really quick on this side. Oh, look how much better that was when I'm like actually focused. There we go. There we go. We'll take this down. And now we have actually a peaked roof. I don't know why the game needs to have it that way, but you see, not fancy, but we have a place, right? Let's go ahead. Let's put our bed in now. You can see we couldn't place it outside, right? But we can place it inside. And then I think we're just going to put one in here for the time being. And now when the server, right, like we're on a server, so when everybody wants to sleep at night, we'll be able to sleep to skip nights. Also, while we're in here, we're going to put some extra storage in here. Just for stuff that I want to keep long term, like them eggs or stuff from dungeons. And it looks like Lavender doesn't have a problem coming in here, so... Alright, perfect. Are you gonna craft all them? You are. Okay. So, once we got a little hut up, the next... See, he's getting distracted. He's building now instead of watering. Let's see if that hurt us at all. And that's why finding a good, you know, you just got to play around with guys in the beginning. I love Pangolets. They're like one of my favorite guys, but I like them for fighting, not so much for working around the base. They get distracted real easy. But you can see, okay, so they don't need to be watered yet. We're just going to keep an eye on that. 2 or 3 of these seems to be a good number. You can see we're starting to collect some up. Let's start having them cook the berries so I can show you guys the difference now on that. We'll come back to that and why you want to cook your berries. So, I think what we want to do now is the next important thing for a base. Early game, we need to put a ranch down. Alright, let's get a ranch down. I think, honestly, right here gonna be a pretty good spot, believe it or not. There we go. And what that'll do is some guys like the sheep. If you put a sheep in here, he'll give you wool. There's stuff later on that'll be more helpful. I think over here. Oh, you know, can we fit this guy up? Oh, we can. We can put him right here. Statue of Power we'll play with more. You just want to put that out because that's one of the things to upgrade your base. And you can upgrade your stats here. We'll show that case stat later on. That's not really super important. I don't know why the game tells you to build that right away. But I do know that it does tell you to build right away. With that out of the way, we are going to be working on the stone pit. Alright, we're going to be... You know what? This is actually probably not a bad place to put it. So stone pit and the lumber, right? The lumber mill, or the logging site, they're going to be really handy because we're on a server. When we're not online, our pals can work these. So if we put one in that can mine, he will mine here, and one that can do lumbering will get us wood. And with that being said, we're going to want to put a couple storage boxes right nearby so they don't travel too far when they're taking it out of here if they do. So always try to have storage in their beds close by. And actually, speaking of that, I know they're still working on stuff here. Where did Lovelander go? Where are you, Lovelander? Ah. Oh, she's over there helping now. Okay. You guys almost done here? I guess I could help you out a little bit. Perfect. Alright. Now they should start working on this stuff here. But we have the ore mining down and the lumbering down, right? And then the chest so they don't have to travel so far. Another thing to do is there's going to be a couple guys that work over here on this. We should make their beds a little bit closer for them, to be honest. So they don't have to go so far for that. I only like having one feed box, so we'll leave that in the middle. But I think we're going to put a couple beds over here, just for guys down the road, right? So when they go to sleep here, they don't have to go nearly as far. Later on, you'll kind of want to cut down on the distance they travel. So while they're building that up, we're going to have to find a lumbering guy now, which these elk ichthyodeers, I just call them elk deers. Which one of these would be the best one to put in? Aggressive would be a good fighter. So what about... yeah, we're going to actually put this guy in. And then for mining, we really only have the one option. It is going to be Cativa. Bottomless stomach, he's going to eat a lot. We don't want that guy in our base. Alright. Definitely don't want him in the base. Honestly, the other guys don't really matter a lot. We'll put him out. He can do mining. Now, what's going to happen here is you can see the elk deer. He's going to start trying to get up. Oh, no, he's going to be lazy. But he's going to go over there now. If we had trees in the base, he would go knock them trees down. And that's, see, that's what he's, oh, well, no, he's hungry right now. Alright, so he would start focusing on the other trees. And what we're going to do, once he makes that mistake, we're going to see if he makes that mistake or if he goes over there. Oh, we'll just eat a berry here to get our stomach shut up. Oh, he's not making that mistake right now. But we're going to prevent it, right? We're going to pick him up. And if you pick him up, you can throw him at it. And you see how it's pinned there? He will only work on this now. So he won't get sidetracked by the trees that are going to spawn over there. Or where did the Cativa go? Cativa, yeah, see, Cativa's transporting. We want him mining, right? Perfect example. You, get over here. Let me pick you up. Alright, you get picked up. And we would do this with the pangolin, but we need him to work on more than one of the watering things, so kind of a problem, right? So from on now, there we go. These guys should be pinned on these things, and they'll only leave for food or sleep. So that right there is a pretty good start to our base, to be quite frank. But I would like to... Oh, we have a sick... Oh, we'll have to deal with that. Yep, so eventually you guys are gonna get sick and stuff like that. We'll have to put the other deer in there for the time being. For right now. Let's get him out. We're gonna put him in and we're gonna pin him there. Because I will show you guys when they're sick. Because that will inevitably happen. But right now, let's see. Can we... I need to pick you up. Lift. Alright, we're going to pin him back in here. So, we are completely what we want to do now on this base for our essentials. So, if we were going to upgrade it any more, you can see level 7, we have the berry plantation and primitive furnace and hot springs. So, let's take a look at them if we wanted to start upgrading. What that would all entail here. So primitive furnace. Oh, we should put a crusher down. I did forget about this. We'll talk more about the crusher in the future. But that's one of the things that you'll have to put down right away. It'll make you. And we want to put this over here. Why is that? Is because a guy that uses watering is going to have to power this. So you want to put it by the, you know, where he's going to be outside working. And we can actually build a furnace, a primitive furnace. So why don't we put that over here? And what was the other thing that we needed? I believe it was a hot springs, right? And to be honest, the hot spring is kind of important. What it'll do is it'll create... the pals will lose sanity while they're in the base. Yeah, we should probably build that. We need pal fluids though, and we get them from catching water pals or killing water pals. And this beach right here, actually really good for that. I'm surprised. Maybe we could find another guy that would be good for our base, actually. Nobody's gonna be out here right now. There's a fire box. Let's agitate him a little bit. And who do we have? Oh, okay, okay. Yep, you are not thrilled to be here. Oh, I should have. Yeah, we need to get him down a little bit more. There we go. He should give us a fire organ, which you'll need for the furnaces anyway, so it's kind of a good thing to showcase that. I'm going to go until I find some water, guys, here. I'll be BRBs. Ooh, look, a cave. We'll have to remember that for the future. Oh, there's a water guy right there. There's a pangollet. So, let's get his attention. Try to not have us kill us. Oh, alright. We're going to do some fancy dodging. Ooh, and celeries. Let's get their attention as well. Let's get everybody ornery at us. Why not? Alright, you get in the ball. And we actually may have a celery work in our base. Oh, alright, that you're probably good enough to get in. Oh, let's actually not waste these. There we go. There we go. So we got a celery. Oh, and we got pal fluids. You see we got pal fluids from catching them. Oh, we don't want to shoot him again. Let's throw one in the dirt. Let's catch one. So I'm going to catch a couple celeries. Oh, and a T-Fat. Perfect. Oh. Take the ball. So these guys are definitely going to be caught. I'm just going to grab until we got 10 water guys. You see we got pal fluids from him. We needed, what was it? We need 10. We have 5, right? So I'm going to go catch a few more right here in BRBs. We are back from our journey, and you can see this hot springs will help restore sanity to our guys as they work. And I think we're going to put this close to a lot of their beds. So, you know what? This really isn't too far away. We could put it right here. There we go, and we'll get that up and working. So they should give sanity. Also, where were we out? We were catching them water, guys. We did catch workaholic celery. Now, this is how people are not created equal, right, in this game. You can see Pangollet right here. Alright, workaholic helps the sanity drop lower, right? So he's going to have a nice little buff to that. But you can see he only waters and transports. Pangollet does all this stuff in effect right now. He's off crafting away instead of watering. And we need him watering. On the berry stuff, you really want guys to get hyper-focused on the berries. He's probably going to be our apps. Oh, you know what? Tiefin only waters. We're going to use T-Fent, actually, because he only waters. Do we have a decent one? We'll use Zen Mind. Oh, nope, wrong guy. We'll put him in for here. Because he only does the one thing. We really want him super focused. And now this guy will only water. As you can see here, he's only watering. That is going to be super handy. Down the road, we can have guys that do more, but when we're talking about our plantations and food, if they don't get that done, that is super, super important to have. As you can see, we can do our base upgrade, and we can have 8 pals. Right? I think we won't upgrade any more, but what we'll do here now is we'll put Lamball in the ranch. Let's put a lamb ball in the ranch. Wait, or is easy going? No. Alright, we'll do that one. he's gonna go work the ranch and get us wool. And while we do that, make sure we have a chest right here. And you can see Kativa's in here resting away, trying to get his sanity up. So you see it, sanity should, there you go, 74. And speaking of sanity, we started that food. Where did we have, oh yeah, our little cooker is over here for right now. I think we're going to put one in front of the house, to be quite frank. Let's get more going here. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna, you can see they're collecting berries right now, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at these. You're gonna see the difference between baking them. So when you get the chance, you want to bake them because the normal one only gives you 15 nutrition. The baked ones give 21. Plus, it increases their stamina. So we're gonna move these berries over because they're gonna prioritize what's in the left of the feed box because they're big fat fatties. And we're going to try to keep baked berries in there when we can for them. That will help their sanity so they don't have as many health problems. Like we do have that one deer with the health problem early episode. We'll take care of that probably very close in an upcoming episode. Let's get our last weight into point. I know this was a longer episode, but setting up the base correctly, it's important, guys. Right? Like it's one of the important things. So you guys have a wonderful night, and I will see you guys next time.